From the pros, we shift over to collegiate volleyball action happening this weekend in the UAAP. Now, we still have with us volleyball analyst Ayala Estraniero, and of course, Zee Hervasio will answer questions about her FEU squad later on. Of course, yeah, we'll share. All right, so I think one of the teams that have made a lot of noise, especially on social media, based on the performances, we have to talk about Adamson, because Adamson have always been that team, right? They've always been that team that was known for always being solid. But this time around, it feels like they're pushing a different level. What do you think about them?
Oh, in terms of Adamson playing against NU the other day, I feel like they are a very organized team.
Yeah.
Yes.
They know who will receive the ball. Luis Romero knows who to set. The attackers know what zones to target. So they made it look like it's so easy for them to play against NU. Their flow was really going well. But more than the flow and the way they organize themselves, it was really their intensity and their eagerness as well to win. Like, you would see their eyes really like on fire during that game. And more than that, I think they trusted their system. And by that, it gave them actually the confidence to play against the defending champions who swept the season 84. Yeah, so it wasn't easy to play against them early on the UAAP, because you won't really have a lot of data in terms of tendencies, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But they came in very prepared to play against NU.
And yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure you've seen that also, Z. I'm sorry, I have to make you an analyst again. But then you take a look at a team like Adamson, who, let's be completely frank, not a lot of people expected them to even push NU to 5 sets. You take a look at that, what do you think about the competition this time around, based on what we've seen and based on the fact that the team that swept last time was almost in danger of losing in their first game?
Exactly. I mean, first of all, season 85 is so much different than last year kasi ang dami ng oras para prepare para sa season na to. Wala nang bubble training and there's so much time. Everybody's now parang at an even,
and they had off-season tournaments
Exactly.
to prepare.
But going back to Adamson, I think Ayal mentioned it na rin, parang they focused on themselves. And you know, their system has been really solid. They focused on, you know, what to do, what not to do. And, you know, I guess it was really lucky then it was the first game that it was NU, that they haven't really had time to maybe overthink what they have to do for their first assignment. So it was good, and everybody's just so excited on what's to come.
Speaking of what's to come, Adamson versus FEU tomorrow. FEU broke their 11-game losing streak. Congratulations, Z, by the way. Yeah, let's talk about FEU without Z in the picture. In fact, we can actually have one camera just zoom in on Z while we're talking about this. Yeah, when we take a look at FEU snapping that 11-game losing streak against UP, first off, how different do they look? And second, how excited should we be for that matchup against Adamson, who are also surprised?
Oh, they're very different this season, definitely. They're one of the teams, for me, with the biggest improvement, not just individually, but as a team. They more of have a flow right now. But again, to play against Adamson, who's really good in terms of offense, they really have to double time in their defense. Not just the floor defense, because they've been doing well on that, but more so in their net defense. It's going to be very important for them, because we know Luis Romero can be a very tricky setter, who's very unpredictable with her set. So net defense and even floor defense there, it's going to be very important for FEU on their game.
Thoughts?
I mean, she already mentioned Adamson's key to winning, which is Luis Romero. I wanted to mention that earlier also, how Adamson is probably one of the more senior teams in the UAAP this season. And I remember Luis Romero, rookie team captain, best setter, and then now, parang sobrang hinog na niya to be the leader in this squad.
How about Hinog? Let's talk about UST. Sorry, do you like that segue? I mean, like, there are lots of familiar names when you take a look at UST, and they're going to be going up against NU, which could be a really titanic clash. A lot of experience in this UST team. I mean, you take a look at keys to winning, and you take a look at NU, they're probably looking at their performance against Adamson and say, like, hey, we should have taken care of business early. How do you think they're going to approach this next one?
I think UST has a benefit right now from the game against NU and Adamson, because Adamson exposed some weaknesses on the side of NU. So now they will have that sort of advantage of seeing those weaknesses and trying to prepare for it, trying to prepare for those tendencies as well. But for UST, I think they really need to play consistently because they're playing against NU, who is very consistent and fast as a team. And we have Cams Lamina, who just sticks to the system of fast, low sets. Now, aside from Romero, we have Cams Lamina, who has been very excellent in terms of set distribution, playmaking. So it's going to be a challenge on the defense side of UST as well.
The two other games that are going to be happening is going to be UE against UP, looking for their first win. So we're going to try and see what we can glean from that once a game actually happens, because again, trying to bounce back.
Yeah.
The other matchup is Ateneo La Salle, wherein Z and I... Actually, I don't really see Z as an Atenean right now because of her involvement with FEU. But let's take a look at that, Yel. There are a lot of interesting players here. For La Salle, again, they have a super rookie. And obviously, Mariano Alba also setting up the offense. You take a look at that team against an Ateneo team finding its way also. What do you make of this one?
Well, La Salle started this season more solid, more looking solid than Ateneo, definitely.
Yeah.
Because they're more intact. I mean, La Salle is more intact than Ateneo. Ateneo lost a lot of key players from last season. So they're sort of struggling entering this season right now. They have to play more organized. And Coach O was trying to really demand their decision-making in setting and attacking as well. So it's going to be important for them in their game against La Salle. Especially that La Salle is a good blocking team. They're able to maximize their height very well. So it's really going to challenge the offense of Ateneo.
Ateneo La Salle, always spicy. Yel, maraming salamat. We really appreciate you here.
Thank
Z,
you,
we
Yel.
appreciate you also.
Oh, thank you.